But speaking of science fiction, let me get to this other book here. This just popped out. It's Now Wait for Last Year by Philip K. Dick. I don't know if people are familiar with Philip K. Dick. Okay, the plot is insipid, but nobody reads Philip K. Dick for the plot, right? It's not even worth summarizing. Although, just if you don't mind, just briefly, there's this guy, Eric Sweetscent, which is a quintessential PKD name. He's an org trans surgeon for this company, Tijuana Fur and Dye, that has figured out this industrial process for utilizing this amoeba, for lack of a better term, from a distant galaxy that can replicate the molecular structure of anything it comes in contact with. And this is written in 1966, before anyone knew anything about stem cells, right? Meanwhile, his wife, Kathy, she slipped a hit of this synthetic hallucinogen, JJ180, which, well, although it does allow time travel and for you to see possible alternate future universes, turns out to be highly addictive, which she finds out during a surprise visit from creatures from the planet Lilithstar, who claim, I mean, who can you trust these days, claim that their arch enemies from the planet Reeg developed JJ180 as a sort of chemical weapon, synthetic hallucinogen addictive to enslave Earth, to punish us for our failure to take sides in their intergalactic geopolitical rivalry. That's the backstory. It's actually a love story, I think. Philip K. Dick has been belittled, I would say, as a mere science fiction writer, as if imagining alternative futures is some kind of trivial pastime. I mean, what else is going on these days, right? This is the McFadden Books edition from 1966, 60 cents. Oh, look, there's another one. This is a 1968 edition, 90 cents. Oh, here's one more. 1971 edition, $1.25. I got that for $1. Oh, and this is English edition, Panther Books edition, 75 pence. Tells you how old that is. And oh yeah, here's another. That's a particularly nice cover. Really brings up a lot of interesting ideas. And oh, here's the Japanese edition, which I bought on a trip to Japan many years ago. I've never been able to read it, but I think what I learned from this is that being addicted to an hallucinogen is probably one of those universal human longings, right? I have, I don't know if you can see this, I have 163 Philip K. Dick paperbacks. And I got all these before the internet, by hand, okay, the hard way. Back rooms of used bookstores, library sales, garage sales, dumpsters, I'm not kidding, trading on the street with people at night, whatever it took. Then one day, I stopped, okay? Now I remember the day, it was March 2nd, 1982. Ring a bell? Yeah? It was the day that, as you know, that Phil K. Dick dropped dead at the age of 53. We actually share a birthday exactly 25 years apart. Seriously. In fact, Phil K. Dick would take a sort of grim pleasure, I think, in what we're living right now. It's a what you'd call a Phil Dickian moment. Think about it, having your own adjective like that. It's a Phil Dickian moment. I mean, is this all real that's happening to us? Have you asked yourself that, waking up in the morning, is it all real? I mean, that depends on what your definition of reality is, right? And Philip K. Dick had one, which is, if I can get this right, reality is what's left after you've stopped believing in everything else. You know, Marie Kondo and her deranged followers, they would look at this and they would say, What do you need 5 copies of the same book for? Does this look like the same book to you? Look, take this one. Okay, think about the first person who touched this 1966 edition. Okay, it caught them in a certain moment, certain mood, changed their life, maybe just a tiny bit. They passed it on to another person who passed it on to another person, and this book, and this book, and this book. This is why I love used books. What kind of upside down world do we live in? Or mint covers are worth more because no one has ever read them. There's a web. There is a web, Stephanie, coming from each of these books, connecting everyone who has ever touched them in any way. It's connection. It's connection wherever we can get it. These are staying.